being Shakti. I am power.
ओम शांति। आज नवरात्रों का तीसरा दिन है। आज सभी माँ चंद्रघंटा को याद करते हैं। ये माँ जिनके माथे पर आधा चांद है, हाफ मून, हाथ में कलश भी है। आज के दिन जितने भी भक्त माँ के मंदिर में जाते हैं या उनकी महिमा गाते हैं तो यही चीज़ मांगते हैं कि माँ हमारे बुद्धि को ऐसा बना दो कि वो पत्थर से पारस बुद्धि बन जाए। ऐसी क्या कमाल की शक्ति है जो पत्थर बुद्धि को पारस बुद्धि बना दे। This power represents that do I have a choice? Do I have a choice to discriminate in life? परखने की शक्ति, क्या सही है क्या गलत है, क्या अपने जीवन में रखना है और क्या नहीं रखना है। क्योंकि जो हम दूसरों से लेते हैं, जो हम परिस्थितियों के बारे में चिंतन करते हैं, वैसे ही हम बन जाते हैं। पत्थर और मोती को अलग अलग करने की ये शक्ति। तो आज हम सभी सिस्टर शरोना से फ्रॉम इज़राइल इस पावर के बारे में सुनेंगे, पावर टू डिस्क्रिमिनेट।
Om Shanti. So today is the third day of Navratri, and we are celebrating the goddess Chandraghanta, whose specialty is the power to discern. And actually, if you think about it, this power is very relevant to the needs of our times, because the capacity to discern means to be able to distinguish between what is true and what is false, what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong. And if we do not have power in this capacity to discern, then it's like we're ships trying to cross a very stormy ocean without a rudder. Because if there is power in our ability to discern, it means that we can face any challenge, whether it's regarding my own personal well-being, regarding my relationships, or how I take up my responsibilities in the world. I'm able to face them all very successfully. Successfully means I don't compromise on my values, my principles, and what's important to me. So you could say today is a wonderful opportunity to explore how we can bring power into our capacity to discern. And to do this, I'd like to share with you a bit of my journey before I encountered the Brahma Kumaris. Before I met the Brahma Kumaris, I was really losing hope that there was such a thing as goodness, or a definite right and a definite wrong, because it always seemed to be changing. I was even beginning to lose my faith in truth, that there was a truth, because there was just so much falseness all around. When I came to the Brahma Kumaris, I was very, very satisfied with the concepts that they work with, because I felt that I had found ultimate truths, which were yet very practical and helpful for my life. But I still had two problems. One was that I discovered that I had very reluctant, opposing feelings about the notion of God. And two, I wasn't having any experiences in meditation. So I was advised to go to our headquarters in the Western Hemisphere and put myself in front of some powerful yogis. So I did this. And I can say that the door to experiences did open in that time that I was there in London. And my first experience was very powerful, an experience of God. And I'd like to share that with you now. It was as if I was just pulled out of my body and delivered to a world of light, beautiful light, reddish golden light. But more importantly were the feelings. I felt as if I was welcomed into that light. I felt as if I was embraced by that light, held. It was such a feeling of connectedness, belonging, love. When I came out of that experience, I knew 3 things without a shadow of a doubt. One is that goodness does exist. 2, God exists. There would have been no other way of explaining or understanding those feelings of belonging that I had in that light. And 3, truth exists. And this is the truth. Godly, pure, divine goodness is the truth. And so, why am I sharing this with you? It's because, according to my experience, if we want to sharpen our ability to discern, a very useful power for these times, then we need knowledge. Knowledge of the invisible, the subtle, the unseen. For example, knowledge of my spiritual identity, that I am not the body. I am the soul, the being inside this human form, made of metaphysical energy, eternal. We need knowledge of God as the supreme soul, a beautiful metaphysical energy, ever pure, ever good and divine. We need knowledge about the relationship between the two. As a soul, I am the forever child of this supreme mother, father, soul. Such a belonging, such a connectedness. So it's knowledge, and then it's also the experience of this knowledge, but it's knowledge first, because this knowledge gives us new ways to understand God and new ways to experience God. And it also gives us important implications, which we also need to understand. I truly am made in His image. As much as my eternal, supreme Mother, Father is so good and divine, so too am I as the child. And it doesn't matter how much the soul has been layered with every other kind of behavior or feeling, such as selfishness, ego, fear, depression. That original, inherent, natural nature of divinity is still there. The goddess Chandragata, she's carrying so many weapons. What are these weapons representing? Weapons of knowledge, as if enlightenment is that light which can just remove the darkness that's invaded the soul, hiding the divinity that's within. She's also carrying a bell, as if to say, wake up, because this is the work that the whole of humanity needs to be doing now. Understanding the spiritual self, experiencing the spiritual parent and understanding how to draw from that one, to bring in that light and might of God so as to nurture and reinforce my own light and might so that I can truly become made in his image. Because if we really do want a better world tomorrow, we need better people today. So knowledge, experience, and then also silence. Even to start the day in silence or throughout the day, take a minute or two of silence every hour just to be able to step back and connect with what is important to you. And are you conducting yourself according to your principles and values? These are the things which will sharpen our ability to discern. And so let's take a minute or two of silence right now. I turn my attention inwards and come into the awareness of myself as a soul, a metaphysical being of pure divine light. I, the soul, am in the body, but I am separate from the body. And in this awareness of myself as pure light, I can come into the awareness of God's light, the light of the Supreme Soul reaching me from beyond, showering on me that same quality of pure divine goodness. And I really open to this light of God's beautiful truths. So that all that is innate and inherent in me as his child is nurtured, and my own goodness, my own qualities of love, belonging, faith, goodness is nourished and blossomed, and I become truly made in his image. Om Shanti.
Being Shakti. I am power.